So, once again, I have a question for you all. What is the one quality voters say they want more than anything else? Drum roll, please. Is it honesty, competence, leadership, vision? All are important, but when researchers ask voters what they're looking for, one word appears again and again: authenticity. People want leaders who feel real, leaders who say what they think, leaders who aren't manufactured, leaders who don't sound like everyone else. And yet, here's the strange thing. Politics seems remarkably good at producing the exact opposite. The longer candidates spend inside the system, the more they start sounding alike. The same language, the same talking points, the same carefully managed responses, the same consultant-approved phrases, which raises an interesting question. If voters crave authenticity, why does politics systematically destroy it? And what happens to candidates who manage to hold on to it? Well, that's what we're exploring today. Hi, I'm David O'Brien, and welcome to another episode of the Face Forward podcast. The podcast where we explore how candidates become the face of change voters are already seeking, and how to do it deliberately. So, joining me as always is Face Forward co-founder Vaughan Emsley. Hey, Vaughan.
Hello, David.
So, Vaughan, why is this thing voters claim to want most the thing politics seems least capable of producing?
Well, a starting point, I think, is that most political campaigns are built for control. So, and authenticity can contain a risk, right?
Yeah.
So campaigns are designed to eliminate surprises. So every line is tested, every statement is reviewed, every appearance is managed, every risk is assessed. From the campaign's perspective, this makes perfect sense because careless remarks and emotional moments or awkward answers can dominate the news cycle, can become viral.
Right.
So the instinct is always the same: control it, refine it, smooth it, manage it. And before long, something interesting happens. The candidate becomes safer, but they also become less real.
Right.
So think about Dukakis in the tank, which is an image people can't forget.
Right.
Kerry going duck hunting.
Right.
Both of those were to appeal, no doubt, to a different set of Democratic voters. But also think of Hillary Clinton. This describes the Clinton campaign of 2016.
Yeah.
And if you think about Trump, like Trump or loathe him, he's authentic.
He is.
He was himself.
Totally.
So the drive to control means the candidate becomes less real.
Well, how does it look real then? How do you put it into practice?
Well, exactly. Politics doesn't destroy authenticity intentionally. It's an incremental thing, one adjustment at a time, one edit at a time, one compromise at a time. And that starts with good intentions. Communication says, how can we soften the language? A pollster says that doesn't test well with suburban voters. A donor says, can we be a little less aggressive? A strategist says, let's keep our options open. And whilst each suggestion sounds reasonable, each one is defensible and each one is small.
Yeah, but it's like having a piece of wood that you keep whittling down.
Before you know where you are, there's a whole collection of adjustments.
Right.
And you hear all these baffling arguments, donors want this, the base wants this, swing voters want this, activists want that. And before long, the candidate is trying to be five different people for five different audiences. And once you're five different people, you're no longer an authentic personality.
So how do you bring authenticity back into it? Because many people confuse it with spontaneity, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, well, authenticity isn't saying whatever comes into your head. It's not being reckless about improvisation or being unfiltered. It's a question of alignment between your face, the story, the voice, the message, the behavior, all pointing in the same direction. That's why authenticity is so powerful, because voters are constantly asking themselves, do I believe this person?
Right, absolutely.
As we've said before, people aren't comparing policy proposals and legislative proposals or reading manifestos. They're looking for shortcuts, and one of the shortcuts is authenticity. Do the pieces fit together? Does the face match the story?
Yeah. So, do you think Mike Dukakis really did know how to drive a tank? No, of course not.
Well, some candidates feel authentic even when they're highly disciplined. and others feel inauthentic even when they're trying to be spontaneous. So I think that that's a good example with Dukakis.
Yeah, can you give us any more?
Well, two ones who are
Obvious
great
ones,
at appearing authentic, and one was very disciplined and the other was not, is Barack Obama and Donald Trump. Right. They couldn't be politically more different, but Obama was consistent. His authenticity came from coherence, from his background. He spoke about hope. He spoke about change, possibility. His demeanor matched, his language matched, his behavior matched. Whether he was giving a major speech or answering a question at a town hall, voters encountered essentially the same person. The face matched the story. Trump was completely different. His authority came from his form of consistency. What people heard at rallies was the voice they heard on television, the voice they heard in social media, the voice they heard in interviews. Messy, confrontational, unfiltered, right. But recognizably the same
guy.
And his face matched the story. So different personalities, different policies, same principle. So authenticity is not a personal type, it's consistency and it's alignment.
Right.
And both men were pressured to drift away from their natural style. Obama was told to be more partisan, more competitive, and Trump was told to become more scripted, more polished, more presidential. Neither of them really did that, and if they tried it, they looked uncomfortable when they were doing it. Yeah, you could tell right
away, right?
So their strength was they resisted the voices around them telling them to change from who they actually were.
Does this connect to trust?
Completely.
Yeah.
It's a big bridge to trust.
Right.
Trust is what people assume about your motives before they know very much about you, and authenticity accelerates that trust because consistency reduces doubt. If I know who you are, I can predict how you'll behave. If I can predict how you'll behave, I'm more likely to trust you. That's true in friendships, and it's true in business, it's true in politics. People don't trust candidates necessarily because they agree with them. They trust candidates because they think they can understand them and they think that they know them.
And perhaps that's the deeper lesson. Voters aren't looking for perfect candidates. They're looking for believable ones. Candidates whose face, story, values, and vision all point in the same direction. There's no ambiguity because authenticity isn't about performance. It's about alignment. Wow. Once again, Vaughan, you've nailed it. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And thank you for listening, everybody. This has been another episode of the Face Forward podcast. The podcast where we explore how candidates become the face of the change voters are already seeking and how to do it deliberately. So, if you'd like to find out more, go to faceforwardglobal.com. That's faceforwardglobal.com. And join us next time for another conversation about narrative strategy, leadership, and the art of making change visible. Until then, I'm David O'Brien, saying goodbye, and we'll see you next time.